Hey everyone, Pastor George here with Catechism Tuesdays, and I thought we would get started. And because I have it fresh, I've been practicing it all morning because I really put it off. So if I don't do it now, I'm liable to forget. So let's let's get started in this week's. I actually really like this one. So this week's question is, what are God's works of providence? And the answer is God's works of providence are His most holy, wise, and powerful, preserving, and governing governing all his creatures and creatures and their what is it and their actions, what and all their actions. Almost. I'm gonna give it to myself. I had to think about it a little bit, but I got it. I cut out that all. That's what you always do, is you cut out the small words. That's the stuff I always mess up. All right, next. Special act of providence did God exercise towards man in this estate? I have no idea. Not even gonna try. Um, when God had created man, yeah, I would never have gotten this. When God had created man, he entered into a covenant of life with him upon condition of perfect obedience, forbidding him to eat of the tree of knowledge of good and evil upon the pain of death. So this is just talking about like how did God create human beings, right? And what was God's relationships with humans? And when he created us, he entered into a covenant of life, right? You live forever. You can eat of every tree of the garden. The only thing you can't do is eat. And this is important because I guarantee. I mean, I'll look at it. I bet the next question has to do with like the fall or sin or something like that. Yeah. Did our first parents continue in the estate? Like the answer is, they talk about Adam and Eve is like, no, they didn't. So that's why it makes sense. So what is it? When God had created man, he entered into a covenant of life with him upon condition of perfect obedience, forbidding him to eat of the tree of knowledge of good and evil upon the pain of death. Yeah. All right. If I thought this week's was difficult, I'm going to have to double it. I can't believe I actually studied and knew all 50 of these things at the back of my hand for a few months. It's pretty impressive. I'm going to pat myself on the back for that. But I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. And so next week we'll talk a little bit more about God's relationship with us and how we failed on that, I guess. So I'll see you guys then. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Peace out.